Alright guys, here we go. Quick video. When you work on your vehicle, you've always got to plan extra time just in case you come across something like this. But there's one way you can spot this problem before you start work to save the inconvenience, in case you need to source yourself a new valve cover from your local Toyota dealer or whatever the case may be. Now, this one, it's been worked on before. The engine's been rebuilt and whatever. Cover's been off and on a number of times. And you can see they've used, they've used RTV even at the side and even up the back here inside that groove there. There's just no need for any of that, but we're not going to go on about that because we've talked about that in other videos. Main thing I want to show you, there was a couple of chips. You can see some chips there, right? I don't know, it's just unnecessary. But the main thing is, how many cracks can it have before it's unacceptable? And that depends on you, to be quite honest. Excuse me. You can see one of the cracks there. This is the balancing act, right? Sometimes you can have a crack like that and it won't matter. Sometimes you can have a crack like that and you reuse the cover and you wish you didn't because it's just got this weep of oil. So you've got it depends how fussy you are. So there's another crack there. If we can get it to focus, see the crack right in the middle there? Sometimes they weep oil, sometimes they don't. It can be like that because the crack's on the outside, the gasket's there unless it goes right. So that's what you think, no worries. So you reuse it. And why is it then we've got a sweat of oil that goes all the way like to there, you know? And it is somehow, depending where the crack goes. So this one, because it's old, it's been around, it's been thrashed out. We can see, dowels up with that's the one. This is the one that had the bolt missing, right? If you saw that in another video, the bolt was missing. There's a couple of cracks around. They're not major, but it's just a bit knocked around. So mainly, and we're doing the job properly. We don't want to have, and he did mention, the other reason was he mentioned oil leaks, right? And it wasn't necessarily this, but we're going to make sure there's no oil leaks, particularly at the top where we're working. We're not working underneath, we're not changing that little plug, we're not doing that, and we haven't got time for that at this point on this job. But the full injector job and all related works includes, if the valve cover's cracked, we're going to replace it. Yes, unfortunately, they're about $360 retail, so a few variables there, and it can be some other bits. Like the other reason with this one, see how these have got, the Prado and the Hilux valve covers are different. There's no point getting a second-hand one because you're just getting someone else's problems. If you decide to replace it, you might as well get a new one. Unless if we can get good ones, we keep them in stock. So we had one not long ago, it was $250, so whatever it was anyway. But the Prado and the Hilux covers are different. This is a Prado cover, right? See, Prado. With a Hilux, it's got two of these, right? Different positions to mount the wiring loom. This is to mount the cover that goes over the cover. And of course, this was missing as well because someone's over tightened and it's just pulled out. You can see they put silicone. Silicone ain't going to hold that in there. You can glue it back in. See the glue? That's what they use. They use glue. Anyway, I'm not going to go on it. Just a quick video. My point was, we keep them in stock, so if we're doing the job and it needs it, it's there. So just let us know if we do your job at the Prado Hospital or one of the other Prado hospitals, and where it's in stock or close by, you can say, look, if it's got a cracked valve cover, please replace it. Just let me know. But so it's just knocked around, this thing, no big deal. And once they get older, we suspect they get brittle. You got to be careful how you tighten them down, all that sort of thing. But the main thing is, if you're doing it yourself, do an inspection on the vehicle first. Have a look to see if you can see this. You got to make sure you don't spill oil here because it's going to make it look like it's got an oil leak. So if it's clean, you can do an inspection. It's usually the front corner, the front part of the cover here. If you see oil and there's nowhere else it's coming from, it could be cracked there. The other ones that common crack are the second bolt from the back, just below where the PCV comes out, down to the left, and at the back corner here at this side, particularly on Hiluxes, they can crack up over the top here. So do a bit of an inspection to see if it's cracked, because if yours is cracked, you might want to just plan ahead and get yourself a cover before you do the job, to save yourself the inconvenience. Because if you got it off and you see cracks, the other thing you can do, you can use a bit of the RTV and hide the problem, cover up the crack. It's not a big deal, you know what I mean? You can do that. Depends what, some people don't like that, but some people go, hey, if it saves me $300, I'm happy. Anyway, guys, just try to make it a quick tip video, whatever. Hopefully that helped you. Smash the like button. Catch you on the next one, subscribe, turn the bell on. Yeah, see ya.